Shoto rebuttals.
Now we proceed with the negative rebuttal coming from Shoto the Atheist. Shoto, timer starts now.
So it's actually interesting kasi yung position ni Charles is a presuppositionalist, right? So everything that I said, everything that I know, everything that I think presupposes, and that presupposition is God. So it always points out to God kahit ano yung gawin ko. So the argument of presuppositionalism is actually based epistemology. Yung epistemology is the study of knowledge. But I think unfortunately, the presuppositionalism understand what epistemology as it is, because the argument actually runs like this. So premise one, God requires certainty. Premise two, God is a necessary to certainty, and therefore knowledge presupposes God. So in terms of argumentation, what's wrong about this argument of a presuppositionalist is absolutely everything. Because at first, in order for me to know something, I don't need any absolute certainty or absolute truth. You don't need to know something or to be certain about anything just to know it. So in epistemology, so the classical account of knowledge is that all you just need is a justified true belief, or an alternative account to that one is you only need a warranted belief. So knowledge equals justified true belief is right, knowledge equals to certainty is not right. So neither of this account of knowledge really requires certainty, so not even them requires it. For instance, I know that it's already 3 p.m. based sa clock ko na nakahang above the wall, and you think na I'm absolutely certain about that. Well, no, but I believe it, and it is justified. I have knowledge that it is already 3 p.m. because I have a justification for that belief, which is the clock itself, so making it the belief as true, hence knowledge. A true justified belief, which doesn't require any sort of certainty. But given at that moment, I might be wrong, of course, because the clock might not actually work and my phone shows a very different time. But however, my belief before was still justified and true due to the fact that the available clock says that it's already 3 p.m. So you can know things with certainty, and that is, without any certainty, and that is good. But a presuppositionalist will ask you, like for instance, oh, are you certain about that? Are you absolutely certain that there's no absolute truth? If yung answer mo is yes, then congrats, you have just proved na merong absolute truth, because the fact that you are absolutely certain about something non-existent presupposes a notion that there's absolute truth, right? So one thing to say again is just to answer no, because knowledge doesn't actually require certainty or any type of absolute certainty. And also to Charles, since he's a presuppositionalist, I think we have to make a different kung ano yung kinaibahan ng presuppositions sa proof. So it's crucial to make a distinction between the two terms. So when you presuppose something, it's different than you have a proof of something. Presupposing something is different than having a proof of something. So they are mutually exclusive, right? So if you equate the two, that presupposition and the proof is nothing but a mere flawed reasoning. I can bring an umbrella. For example, pwede ako magbring ng umbrella, and that presupposes that it will rain. But the fact that I presuppose na uulan doesn't follow that it must therefore rain. So you see, that's a flawed reasoning. Everyone can presuppose into anything. Pwede ako mag-presuppose na meron akong car, pwede ako mag-presuppose na meron akong jowa, and whatsoever. But still, that doesn't prove anything, because again, that presupposition is different to having a proof. And a presupposition must be backed up, not just by reason, but also by an empirical evidence, in order for it to be called as a true justified belief or knowledge. So now, justified true belief, since you cannot equate presupposition to proof, therefore, I conclude na yung entire project na presuppositionalism fails. And also, about kay Charles, sinabi niya na God doesn't change. I don't think so, that God change because God even himself changed its mind. So for example, Genesis chapter 6, verse 6 to 7, he said, quote, "And the Lord regretted that he made man on the earth, and it grieved him to his heart. So the Lord said, I will blot out man, who I have created from the face of the land, man and animals and creeping things and birds of the heavens. For I am sorry that I have made them." And he also lied. So, on the number 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 11 to 12. "And for this cause, God shall send them a strong delusion, that they should believe a lie, that they might all be damned who believe not the truth, but had the pleasure in unrighteousness." So this is a very contradictory in God's nature. This shouldn't happen if God himself is really a honest guy, or let's say he is cannot commit mistake or tell a lie. So I think that's one to remember. And about atheist morality, it's actually not an objection. So if you think about it, about you, Charles, if there's no such thing as a final source of morality, then therefore everything will be permitted in whatsoever. I think that's not an objection. So Charles didn't describe me actually how the world as it is today. In many parts of the world, killing is permitted, rape is constantly happening, stealing, cheating, lying, everything happens in our reality. So if Charles' worldview is true about theism, then this shouldn't happen. We must have a common ground of what is right and what is wrong. It must not be the case na merong mga tao sa ibang mundo na nag-aalaw ng killing, such as, for example, cannibalism. So this is a description of our reality as it is today. This is not an objection. So I thanks Charles by describing the reality as it is. Thank you.
Thank you, Shoto, for that amazing rebuttal to Charles' stance.